In the pulsating heart of Los Angeles, where the neon glow of Hollywood Boulevard met the star-studded glamour of late-night television, Mark Wahlberg arrived at the El Capitan Theater on a balmy evening in June 2025, his muscular frame clad in a sharp black blazer over a crisp white shirt, exuding the no-nonsense intensity that had made him a box office powerhouse from The Departed to Ted, and now his latest action-packed thriller, Unbreakable Vows, a high-octane tale of redemption and family loyalty that was already generating Oscar buzz for its raw portrayal of a man's fight against corruption in corporate America. Mark, the Boston-bred actor-turned-producer whose journey from troubled youth in Dorchester, marked by arrests, a rap career as Marky Mark, and a profound Catholic conversion, to A-list status had been chronicled in biopics and interviews alike, stepped out of his black SUV with his trademark scowl softened by a nod to the fans gathered behind velvet ropes, signing a few autographs before heading inside for what was supposed to be a light-hearted promotional spot on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Jimmy Kimmel, the affable yet razor-sharp host whose show had become a staple of witty monologues and celebrity roasts since taking over from predecessors like Leno and Letterman, was in top form that night, fresh off a segment mocking political absurdities with his signature blend of sarcasm and self-deprecation, the studio audience of 300 roaring with laughter as the house band, Cleto and the Cletones, swung into an upbeat intro. Mark settled into the iconic blue couch, microphone clipped securely, exchanging easy banter with Jimmy about his rigorous 4 a.m. workouts, his Wahlburgers empire, and the grueling stunts on the Unbreakable Vows set that left him with a real scar on his forearm, the crowd eating it up as Jimmy quipped about Mark's eternal dad bod denial. The chemistry flowed initially, Mark's gravelly laugh booming as he shared stories of directing his brothers Donnie and Paul in family projects, but as the interview progressed toward the commercial break teases, Jimmy, known for his liberal-leaning jabs at conservative figures, steered the conversation toward Mark's outspoken faith and his support for traditional values, referencing Mark's recent Instagram posts praising his daily mass attendance and his criticism of Hollywood's woke agenda in a Variety interview. Mark, unflinching, responded with his direct Boston bluntness, saying, "Jimmy, I've been through hell and back, jail time, losing friends to the streets, and it was my faith that pulled me out. I don't shove it down throats, but I won't hide it either, especially when the industry tries to cancel anyone who doesn't toe the line." The audience shifted, a murmur rippling through as Jimmy, eyes twinkling with mischief, pressed on, joking about Mark's old-school Catholic guilt, clashing with modern films like his own Ted franchise that poked fun at religion, adding, "Come on, Marky Mark, you're the guy who rapped about good vibrations, now you're preaching." Hollywood's moved on from that era. Mark's jaw tightened, his blue eyes narrowing as he leaned forward, retorting, "That's easy for you to say from your cushy desk, Jimmy. I've built everything from nothing, raised 4 kids with values that work, and if that doesn't fit your narrative, maybe I shouldn't be here promoting a movie about standing up for what's right." The exchange heated up when Jimmy brought up Mark's past political donations to Republican causes and his silence on hot-button issues like abortion rights, quipping, "You're like the action hero who fights everyone but the real villains in the culture wars." Mark, his temper flaring in that familiar Wahlberg way, slammed his hand on the armrest. Voice rising, "Listen, pal, I've owned my mistakes, unlike some who hide behind jokes. If you're gonna attack my family and faith, we're done. I've got better things to do than this ambush." Gasps echoed from the crowd as Jimmy, caught off guard but doubling down with a smirk, signaled to producers with a subtle hand gesture, and within seconds, 2 security guards appeared from the wings, approaching Mark not with force but firm insistence, escorting him off the set amid a cacophony of audience reactions, some cheering, others booing, as the cameras cut abruptly to a pre-taped bit, leaving Jimmy to ad-lib a flustered transition. Backstage, Mark's entourage, his wife Rhea Durham, publicist, and a couple of burly assistants, rallied around him in the green room, phones already buzzing with alerts as clips leaked from audience members' phones hit social media, #Wahlberg walks exploding with over 1 million views in the first hour. Jimmy, off mic, reportedly muttered about touchy guests, but the control room was in panic mode, executives dialing damage control as advertisers like Ford and Coca-Cola inquired about the segment's tone. Mark, cooling down in his trailer with a protein shake, reflected on the irony, promoting a film about unbreakable vows, only to have his own principles tested live on national TV. The incident, fueled by ideological sparks in a town divided by politics, turned a routine appearance into a viral sensation, conservative outlets like Fox News hailing Mark as a hero against liberal bullying, while late-night peers like Colbert tweeted cautious support for free speech. As the night wore on, Mark's team crafted a statement: "Mark respects Jimmy but won't tolerate personal attacks on his faith. He'll continue telling stories that matter." Sales for Unbreakable Vows spiked overnight, fans streaming trailers and buying tickets in solidarity, proving once again that controversy could be the best publicity. Subplots emerged in the chaos. A young page on the show, inspired by Mark's stand, quit to pursue acting with unapologetic authenticity. Jimmy's writer's room debated the risks of edgy politics in interviews, and Mark called his brother Donnie, laughing it off as just another Dorchester scrap. The video script captured the tension in slow-motion close-ups of Mark's clenched fist, audience whispers amplified, and Jimmy's faltering smile, weaving in flashbacks to Mark's redemption arc, from 1980s street fights to Vatican meetings with the Pope, emphasizing themes of faith under fire in Hollywood's glare. Dialogues stretched with raw exchanges, Mark quoting Bible verses mid-clash, Jimmy countering with pop culture zingers, building to the explosive exit that left the studio in stunned silence. As dawn broke over LA, Mark headed home to his family, the clash not breaking him but reinforcing his unbreakable spirit, a narrative that would unfold into national discourse on celebrity, conviction, and the cost of candor. Extended reflections on his fitness routine as a metaphor for mental resilience, behind-the-scenes leaks of producer apologies, and fan montages of support filled the expansive tale, ensuring every character nuance and emotional beat resonated, turning the title's drama into a profound exploration of one man's stand against the entertainment machine. The morning after Mark Wahlberg's explosive departure from Jimmy Kimmel Live sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, with TMZ breaking the story at 6 a.m. sharp, headlines screaming, "Wahlberg storms off Kimmel after faith-fueled feud," accompanied by grainy fan footage that captured the guard's intervention and Mark's defiant stride off stage, amassing 20 million views by noon and igniting a firestorm across platforms from TikTok challenges. Reenacting the walkout to Reddit threads dissecting Jimmy's gotcha journalism. Mark, waking at his usual 2:30 a.m. in his Brentwood mansion, reviewed the clips over eggs and kale while Rhea reassured him, "You've faced worse than a late-night comic," as their kids, Ella, Michael, Brendan, and Grace, cheered him on via group text, turning family breakfast into a strategy session where Mark decided to lean into the narrative, scheduling appearances on friendlier outlets like Joe Rogan's podcast to frame the incident as a defense of personal values. Jimmy Kimmel, nursing a coffee in his Hollywood Hills home, faced a barrage of calls from ABC execs, the network's PR team spinning it as spirited debate in an internal memo, but advertisers pulled 3 spots worth $2 million, citing concerns over alienating conservative viewers, while Jimmy's monologue that night opened with a half apology, joking, "Last night, Mark Wahlberg reminded me why I stick to punching up, not at gym rats with principles," drawing mixed laughs but trending #Kimmel backlash. Legal teams mobilized on both sides. Mark's attorneys, led by the powerhouse firm that handled his Wahlburgers IP, explored a $30 million suit for defamation and emotional distress, alleging the kicked off framing damaged his family man image, with depositions revealing pre-show emails where Jimmy's producers flagged Mark as a hot topic for political probing. Social media amplified the divide. Conservative influencers like Ben Shapiro praised Mark's alpha stand, liberals like Bill Maher called it oversensitive macho BS, and neutral fans created petitions for a joint apology episode, garnering 500,000 signatures. Subplots thickened the drama. Jimmy's co-head writer, a liberal firebrand, resigned in protest over the softball handling, inspiring a wave of op-eds on late night's liberal bias. Mark surprised fans with a pop-up Wahlburgers event in LA, where he signed autographs and shared his testimony, boosting franchise sales by 40%, and a Kimmel intern leaked audio of post-clash panic, humanizing the host's regret. The video script delved into this fallout with split-screen montages of news coverage, emotional phone calls, Mark confiding in director Peter Berg about past Hollywood slights, and viral memes syncing Mark's exit to Sweet Caroline for ironic Boston flair. Themes of media manipulation emerged, voiceovers narrating how one clash exposed the scripted underbelly of talk shows, where laughs often masked agendas. Mark's arc showed strategic grace, donating suit proceeds to Catholic charities and teasing a faith-based docuseries, while Jimmy evolved through private therapy sessions leaked in fictionalized scenes, grappling with the line between humor and harm. As weeks passed, the lawsuit settled confidentially for an 8-figure sum, with ABC agreeing to a special on Hollywood faith, but the real impact was cultural. Unbreakable Vows, grossed $150 million opening weekend. Mark's Instagram followers surged by 2 million, and Jimmy's ratings dipped 15% before rebounding on edgier guests. Extended dialogues from legal briefs, family counseling where Mark taught resilience, and celebrity cameos, like Donnie Wahlberg defending his brother on MTV, enriched the narrative, alongside fan testimonials from church groups to gym bros. Backlash waves included boycotts of Kimmel sponsors, countered by Mark's calls for unity, and industry panels at Comic-Con debating celebrity clash etiquette. In this second act, the script built escalating tensions through courtroom reenactments, social media timelines, and pivotal reconciliatory emails exchanged off-record, hinting at a fragile truce. The core shock of the kicked off moment crystallized Mark's role as an unlikely crusader, transforming personal affront into a broader fight for authenticity in a performative era, with every subplot and reflection adding layers to the unfolding saga of redemption and reckoning. Half a year after the seismic clash that saw Mark Wahlberg escorted from Jimmy Kimmel's stage, the entertainment world had transformed in its wake, with the incident evolving from tabloid fodder to a catalyst for industry-wide conversations on faith, free speech, and the perils of politicized interviews, as Mark's Unbreakable Vows swept awards season, clinching him a Golden Globe and an Oscar nomination, while Jimmy's show underwent a format overhaul, introducing respectful roast segments vetted by ethics consultants to avoid future blow-ups. The confidential settlement not only padded Mark's philanthropy, expanding his Mark Wahlberg Youth Foundation with new programs for at-risk youth inspired by his own past, but also funded a joint ABC-Wahlberg production, a documentary series, Faith in the Frame, exploring Hollywood's spiritual undercurrents, where Mark and Jimmy co-hosted the premiere episode in a tense but triumphant reunion, their opening banter, from clash to collaboration, who knew, drawing applause and ratings gold. Mark, thriving at 54, balanced fatherhood with a directorial debut on a biopic about a reformed athlete, his daily routine now including media training seminars where he mentored young stars on handling ambushes, his book, From Streets to Screens, Unbreakable Lessons, topping charts with chapters dissecting the Kimmel fallout as a turning point. Jimmy, reflective in a Vanity Fair profile, admitted the exchange humbled him, leading to guest spots on conservative podcasts and a spike in diverse bookings, his family life with Molly McNearney providing grounding amid the scrutiny. Fans who once polarized now converged, #Wahlberg Kimmel reunion trending during their joint appearance at the Emmys, where Mark presented Jimmy with a surprise, toughest host trophy, symbolizing closure. Subplots wove to resolution. The resigning writer launched a successful Substack on comedy ethics, crediting Mark's stand. Rhea and Molly bonded at a charity gala, turning wives into unlikely allies, and the security guards, promoted for their discretion, shared in interviews how Mark's handshake post-exit changed their views on celebrities. The video script crescendoed in a sweeping montage, red carpet reconciliations, foundation ribbon cuttings, reflective voiceovers from both men on growth through conflict, emphasizing themes of forgiveness as the ultimate power move. Mark's narration closed. Life's like a tough workout, push through the burn, and you come out stronger. Jimmy's evolution shown in solo specials addressing bias, fostering empathy across aisles. As 2026 dawned, Mark's influence rippled into policy, testifying before Congress on youth rehabilitation, while Jimmy's show earned a Peabody for courageous dialogue. Extended epilogues glimpsed futures. Mark's directorial triumph, Jimmy's retirement tour with Wahlberg cameos, and cultural shifts toward nuanced celebrity discourse. The narrative, from fiery expulsion to harmonious legacy, fulfilled the title's sensationalism with uplifting depth, inspiring viewers that even heated clashes could forge unbreakable bonds in a divided Hollywood.